Hello everyone and welcome back to the 12-part tutorial of the beginner guide into Maya. This time what we're going to do, we're going to create the fingertips for our fingers for this model. I will talk a little bit more in depth about the tools that I'm going to use right now because I feel that I should do this if I want to deliver some more information about tools, because each tool has so many features included with it, and you better know the basics of each tools. So I don't want to stretch, also at the same time I don't want to really stretch the tutorials to be that long. I mean, I'm trying to maintain this between 10 to 15 minutes as at most, and in order to I don't know, continue this series of tutorials, I may need to move out and from this particular model and just continue as I did with the first parts of this series. So let's start and we shall see what will end up with that. So what I want to do right now is I want to create fingers here. Now, as you can see right now, our model is somewhat blocky, and in order for us to really see how this will look like when it's smoothed, we can press 3 on our keyboard. Okay, 3 will make it smooth, and this is what's so called a smooth preview. Okay, basically it's showing you preview of how it will look like if we went and go over mesh and choose smooth. Okay, now smooth has its own properties or options, but if you click smooth, the most it's almost be the same as keeping it smoothing using the smooth preview option. Now I am gonna apply the smooth right now. I'm gonna undo that by Control Z, and what I want to focus is first of all, it's pressing 3 to smooth preview it. Okay, so this is how it looks like, and pressing 1 to exit the smooth preview. So we have 1 and 3 that control this, and basically just giving you a preview, as I said, and 1 is exiting the smooth preview and just showing you the model as it is, like in some kind of a hard edges shape, as you see it. So there is one more button, which is number 2. So if you press 1, it's exiting. 2 will show you just the wireframes as they're going to look like when they are going to smooth. It's going to be smooth preview, and 3, which will eventually apply the smooth preview as it is. Now again, it's not permanent function, so you can press 1 and exit this, and that way it will bring you back into this into this I don't know, I forget the word. Anyway, so into this mode. Anyway, with that said, I'm gonna apply 4 edge loops at one time into this area of our hands. Now the thing is that whenever you're adding edge loops, you want to have a correct topology. And as we spoke already about topology means that you need to have 4 vertices for each face you have on the model. So not more and not less than that. So whenever you're going to apply, I don't know, if you're going to draw 4 lines here or 3 lines here in order to create the fingers out of it, basically those lines won't be connected to anything. So in order to make sure we're maintaining topology, we will have to use edge loops that will go across all over this arm and probably will continue from the chest and so on to the other side for the other hand we have here. So I'm gonna hold on the shift, press, hold, right click at the same time, and here you will see the insert edge loop tool. You're gonna choose this box square here and release. This will pop out this new menu here. You want to reset it, and you want to go over multiple edge loop tool, and here you want to press 3 and hit the enter. Okay, so now instead of inserting only one edge loop as we did in previous tutorial parts, we will add 3 at a time. So I'm going to click on this edge. You can also click on this edge or this one, but right now I'm going to do this where exactly I want the edges to be applied, or more of like where I want to work with. So I'm going to click here once and release. This will create them, and as you can see, it just drawn them all over the body from the chest to the other side of the other end and backwards, and it's just looping them. Now this is what good about what we've done here. If I would take this chest and simply merge those, okay, then we will have triangles here, and what will happen then, and I will show you this first. I will have to show you what I mean. If I were into creating this that way, okay, like putting this chest in that way, so now if I will try to add those edge loops, sorry, now it will add them, but you can see here that we have a problem. The edges are not going anywhere farther than this. Basically, in most cases, it should have gone through here, okay, and simply do a maneuver that goes like that and then turns back over here. But at the same time, it could simply choose to go over there. But because we have triangles here, so these are not quads, and this one is triangle also. So because we don't have quads, which are faces with only 4 vertices, then the problem here is that Maya doesn't really know where to continue this. Okay, so as you can see here, it's not continuing, and here it does. So what happened is that we just don't have a closed loop here. So basically, this is not good. This is not what we want, and this is far more than right now for this face. It has a lot more vertices because of each of those edges. I'm going to change to vertices mode, and you can see that this face right now, okay, has 1, 2, 3. It's triangle. It was triangle, but after we added those edges, we have now 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's much more than quad now. Anyway, this is the wrong way to do this, and if we want to fix this, I will show you, and we will talk more in depth probably in other tutorial about topology. But right now I'm going to undo that. I'm going to undo the same thing that I've done here with this, and I will simply add my 4 edges, my 3 edges as I planned to. So shift right click, insert edge loop. We're going to add those edge loops. They will cross the chest and go in a loop as we preferred. And I'm going to switch to selection tool, right click, choose face. I'm going to grab this, 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 and that. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to extrude those 4 faces because I want to make them the 4 fingers. Okay, don't worry about the 5th finger, we will deal with it later, but right now I want to make 4 fingers out of these 4 faces. So I'm going to click extrude. Okay, by the way, we can do the same here, grab those 4 faces at the same time, and simply go and click extrude. Now pay attention, whenever you click extrude, what will happen here is that this dialog box of the attribute editor will pop out, and you will see down here that we have this option which is keep faces together. So right now, if I'm pulling this, because I clicked extrude, I'm pulling this out, it's moving as 1 unit. Well, that's okay. It's not about moving this as 1 unit, but it's more about those 4 units, how they act. Those 4 faces acting like 1 unit. But if you tick this off, this is what will happen. You will be able to click on this and then grab the middle cube, squeeze it, and you will see that basically 4 of them are divided. They are not really 1 unit. And this is simply by making sure that the keep faces together option is off. Now there are two more ways to make sure that we are using keep faces together in different ways, but we will speak about this later on. Right now, be aware that keep faces together is here, and this is what it does, okay? I can pull them a little bit outside. I can click extrude now, and this will return the keep faces together to be ticked on. And that's okay because we already divided those. So we just need to extrude them a little bit more, click on this, and do something such as that. Okay. Now, with that done, we have 4 fingers for each hand, and that's fine. I'm going to press F8 once to bring it back to object mode. And basically, I'm always pressing F8 because I want to add edge loops. And whenever I want to add edge loops, I will have to have this object that I'm working on in object mode. Okay, so shift right click, insert edge loop, but this time I'm going to select this option box again, and remember we just change it to 3. I'm going to reset the tool to default settings because I only want to add one more edge loop here, like so, and I will extrude the 5th finger or the toe from here. Okay, so now we have a problem. We have this end, and we can add another edge loop here, but we want the symmetry to be applied to both sides, and right now the symmetry is not working with us. So what I will do here, I will have to cut this shape into half, and if I created the finger here, I will simply duplicate this half cut of the body to the other side, and I will show you 2 ways, and probably there are more, but I will show you 2 ways on how to do this. Okay, so let's continue first by modeling this finger. So I'm going to take this face, extrude it once, move it over here, switch to rotation, or just simply use the rotation here. Well, not that way, only the red one. Extrude it once more, and maybe pull it over here. Okay, now I'm going to right click, choose vertices, and I'm going to choose those vertices here. So this one and that one, and I just simply want to switch to move tool. Okay, move tool, and move them a little bit that way. Okay, just like that. So that will be a little bit more of how it should look like. I'm going to rotate this a little bit more, and maybe I will switch to scale tool and scale this down a little bit. Just the tip of the finger a little bit more of like that. Okay, so with that done, now we will talk about how to apply this thing into here. So there are 2 ways, and I'm going to show you both of them because this is really important. So showing you 2 ways for each thing, it's a little bit confusing, but still yet it just shows that it doesn't really matter what the approach will be. It matters that you make it done and you make it correctly. So you either can come, choose faces, and grab just this end, okay? Now make sure you take the entire faces of it, and that way, okay? You can go over mesh tools, and I think it's here. Well, it's not here. Press shift, right click, okay? And here you will have duplicate face option, okay? So whatever faces you chose, right now you're duplicating them. Now, instantly it will show you something that looks like the extrude button. You don't want to touch it, the extrude gizmo. So you don't want to touch it. You simply want to press F8 at least twice or 3 times. So 1, 2, 3, and then you will see that you have the body in white wireframes and the hand in green. So control to unselect the body, okay, sorry. Control to unselect the body, and we have this. Now if I'll switch to move tool you will see that I don't see the gizmo here. It's here because it's still remained as it was part of the body. So I'm going to choose modify and center pivot. Okay, and you can see now the pivot is where the hand is. So I'm going to grab this and move it over here. Okay, switch to rotation tool, hold down the J key, and simply rotate this that way. Okay, making sure it's exactly at the same angle. Catch this, right click, face, grab this, and simply press delete. Okay, press F8, grab this end. Now, this is the one thing that we already learned. Switch to move tool. Now we're gonna adjust the pivot to be somewhere at one of those vertices of these edges. So any of them, it will be good. Press D to switch to pivot adjustment tool. At the same time, press down the V key and middle mouse click this circle, hold, and drag it over one of these vertices. Release all and simply hold down the V key and push it over here. Now, at this point, it doesn't. It's not like 100% for sure that you will be able to attach it to the same position, but it's almost for sure. If it's not, again, hold on the V key, simply middle mouse, hold on the V, middle mouse click, hold and drag, and simply drag it to the point you want or prefer it to be, or exactly where it should be. With that done, you will grab both the body and the end and mesh, combine, and then you will have to do one of two things. Right click, choose vertices, and grab the entire vertices that should be connected. So right now, if you see here 5, we basically have here 10, because 5 of this side of the end and 5 of this side of the end. And here we have again 5 here and 5 here. Okay, so it's 20 vertices that should be connected to each other. So at each point we have 2. Here we have 2 vertices. Here we have 2 vertices. We're going to go over mesh, edit mesh, merge component, and press F8 3 times. Now the only thing that we left to do is to right click, choose vertices, click, only one click on one of those vertices, and move them to both sides to see if there is any open gap. Now, if you want to make sure that this is really closed and it's patched, you press 3 to smooth preview it. And then if you will see an open area, that means that something is wrong and you will need to merge it once again. We will talk about this at the next part, where we'll show you the second way on how to do this. Okay, so right now let's save this file, save scene as. I'm gonna keep it as 6 for me because I already have 5, and I will see you at the next part where we'll see another way on how to deal with problems such as this. So right now it was the duplicate faces, and we just introduced this tool, and also we had a chance to practice our own little things that we started at the first parts of this series. So thank you again for watching. We'll see you next at the next part. Bye bye.